This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2486. How much should I have in savings? A Guide to Financial Security by Anika Jindal with adimesave.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Now let's get right to it and continue optimizing your life. How much should I have in savings? A Guide to Financial Security by Anika Jindal with adimesave.com. A solid financial foundation is crucial for long-term stability and peace of mind. An adequate amount of savings is critical to building this strong foundation. You may need to save for many goals, including college fees, emergencies, a down payment for your home, and last but not least, your retirement. Hence, determining exactly how much you should have in savings for each can be complex and depends on your situation. How much does the average person have in savings? The average amount of savings for each individual can range significantly depending on various factors like income levels, age, family size, geographic location, household expenses, and different personal situations. Differing external economic factors like inflation, returns, etc. affect savings levels. According to recent data published on Zippia, the average American household savings is $41,600. However, this number is heavily influenced by a small number of individuals with significantly higher savings than the majority, as the median household savings is only a meager $5,300. It's important to acknowledge personal financial situations vary widely, and many people have different savings levels based on their circumstances and financial objectives. How to determine the amount of savings you need. Here are the steps you can use to determine the amount of savings you should have. Number 1, evaluate your financial goals. To determine how much you should have in savings, you should start by evaluating your savings goals. Determine short, medium, and long-term plans regarding your finances. It can include objectives like buying a house or car, planning a vacation or wedding, retirement funds, etc. When your financial goals are laid out, you can start prioritizing them based on your situation and save accordingly. Number 2, determine how much you should save versus spend each month. Usually, it's encouraged to follow a 50-30-20 strategy when determining how much you should save versus spend each month. This strategy allocates your monthly income into 3 categories: 50% towards necessities, 30% towards wants, and 20% towards savings. This allocation may only work for some based on their financial situation. Still, it gives a ballpark to keep you focused on achieving your savings goals. And number 3, assess your monthly expenses. You may be earning well, but you need to track your expenses and evaluate them occasionally to achieve your financial goals. It would help if you started this by tracking your monthly costs for 2 to 3 months, classifying them as unavoidable and avoidable. You should include all the monthly expenses, including rent, mortgage, insurance, groceries, utilities, gas, entertainment, and monthly payments for any outstanding debts. Tracking your expenses on blank budget printables will help you assess your monthly spending to start eliminating any unnecessary expenditures you've been making and put those funds towards savings. How much do you need in an emergency fund? Having a rainy day fund is vital to a sound financial plan. It provides a safety net to deal with unforeseen expenses related to job loss, unexpected car breakdowns, house repairs, or medical crises. But most of the time, people have a question. How much money should they have in savings for an emergency fund? The popular opinion is to have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in the rainy day fund, but consider building a larger safety net if you have an unstable job or unique financial situation. Age and lifestyle. When setting your financial goals, it's essential to consider your age and stage of life. Suppose you're someone who's just starting in their career. In that case, you should focus on building an emergency fund while paying any educational loan debt. As you move ahead in life, you can shift your focus to building your retirement savings. Also, consider your lifestyle to determine how much you should have in your savings. If you plan to travel around the globe once you retire, you'll need more money saved than someone planning to retire minimally. debt situation. If you have debt with exceptionally high interest, it's vital to pay off the debt along with saving. Otherwise, the growth of your savings will negate the interest you're paying on the debt. Also, as you pay off your debt, you free up more money towards your financial goals. Reviewing and adjusting goals over time. As your income, expenses, and life circumstances evolve, you must adjust your financial goals accordingly. Your life changes, like a job change, marriage, having kids, etc., impacts your finances, and you should adjust your savings suitably. A timely review of your objectives helps you stay on track and achieve your long-term goals successfully. What are the few ways to save money faster? There are several ways to accelerate your savings and save money faster. Number 1, cut back on non-essential expenses. If you start tracking your monthly expenses, you'll notice there are many unnecessary and discretionary expenses that you can cut back on. These can be expenses like eating out, buying coffee, going out with friends, etc. Number 2, find new ways to increase your income. It would help if you looked for alternative ways to increase your income. For example, investing your money, picking up side hustles in your free time, or finding new job opportunities that pay you more. Number 3, automate your savings. Setting up automatic transfers to your savings as soon as you receive your paycheck helps you achieve your financial goals more quickly. This ensures you'll save a sufficient amount of money each month by giving up the temptation to spend more since you've limited funds in your account. Number 4, getting on a budget. A budget helps you track your income and how you spend it by allocating a specific amount for each expense you incur during the month. Budgeting enables you to reduce unnecessary expenses and stick to your financial goals. Number 5, paying off debt. If you have high interest debt, a considerable amount of your debt payment is going towards interest. It would help if you prioritize paying off such debts to save the money going towards interest. Number 6, shop wisely. Using coupons, comparing prices, shopping for deals, and buying generic products can help you save money on everyday expenses. Even though you may save a small amount of money, it adds up eventually. Number 7, take advantage of employer benefits. If available, take full advantage of your employer benefits, such as retirement matching contributions or flexible spending accounts. These benefits can help you save more money over time. And number 8, discipline and consistency. Saving money faster requires discipline and consistency to change your spending habits and stick to your financial plan. How much should I have in savings at different ages? People often need help determining how much they should have in their savings at different ages. Even though any financial expert provides no fixed numbers, retirement plan provider Fidelity Investments has provided a general guideline based on your income level and age. They recommend saving at least 1 times your income by the age of 30, 3 times your income by the age of 40, 6 times your income by the age of 50, 8 times your income by the age of 60, and 10 times your income by the age of 67. They make this recommendation assuming you're planning to retire at the age of 67. If you plan to retire earlier than 67, you need to be more aggressive and save more to compensate for the loss of income from your earlier retirement. Conclusion. Determining the amount of necessary savings is a personal process. It depends on factors like long-term and short-term financial goals, income level, expenses, age, lifestyle, and debt. You need to evaluate your current financial circumstances and set your goals to determine the right amount of savings for your situation. Using tools like budgeting, tracking expenses, and lifestyle changes will help you achieve these goals and attain financial stability and peace of mind in the long run. You just listened to the post titled, "How Much Should I Have in Savings? A Guide to Financial Security" by Anika Jindal with adimesave.com. Labor strikes, climate change, your beat up office printer. What do they all have in common? Come on, it's all about the money. Economics is everywhere and everything fueling our lives, even where we least expect it. If you're a fan of Optimal Finance Daily and are curious to learn something new and exciting about economics every week, I recommend you listen to the Planet Money podcast from NPR. Planet Money is a different kind of world where the complex economy actually makes sense, where human stories supersede abstract theories. Listeners can learn, laugh, and be entertained. It's econ, down to earth, and Planet Money answers some of life's burning questions, like, will AI take over our jobs? Why are Christmas trees so darn expensive? The Planet Money team lives to tell a good story in around 30 minutes. It's econ for the rest of us. Tune into Planet Money every week for entertaining stories and insights about how money shapes our world, stories that can't be found anywhere else. Listen now to Planet Money from NPR, wherever you get your podcasts. How much you should save is highly personal and not an easy question to answer. I typically don't like guidelines like you should have X amount by X age because life is dynamic. Your income will likely fluctuate and your circumstances, needs, and wants will likely change over time. The way I've approached this question for myself is a bit more fluid. Getting out of high interest debt was number one, and then I focused on building up my emergency fund. While this was happening, I mostly contributed the minimum to my 401k to get the employer match. Once I felt good about my cash reserves, which for me includes emergency fund and any short-term savings goals, I then focused on fully funding my tax-advantaged accounts. Then anything extra went into my after-tax brokerage. My goal was simply to save as much as possible during my peak earning years. These days, if I fully fund my Roth IRA and HSA, I feel pretty good about it. While many financial planners base how much you need on how much you earn, the F.I.R.E movement focuses on expenses as the determining factor. Your financial independence number is 25 times your annual expenses. Once you reach that number in your investment accounts, you're able to live off that portfolio if you so choose. But even this number is pretty tricky because you have to make a lot of assumptions about future expenses. And that should do it for today. Have a happy rest of your day, and I'll see you on the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.